Man, oh man. Where are we at? Where are we at? There we go. What's happening, good people? As you can see, I'm having some technical difficulties. Um, man, listen, I'm gonna jump on this soapbox, right? As an artist, I'm gonna speak for artists, podcasters, comedians, anybody that does anything. If you have a small business, just because you know me, just because we have a friendship, a relationship, your family member, relative, whatever, that does not guarantee you access to my art, to my product. If your friend's a musician and they have a show, don't expect to get in their show for free because you will pay however many $100 to see whoever, J. Cole, Kendrick, Nicki, Lotto, whoever it is, Alicia Keys, you will pay $200-300 for a ticket. Your friend's show costs $20. Pay the $20. That $20 is supporting their career. It's putting money in their pocket. How do you know that's not the only income they're getting right now? Your photographer friend, pay them their fee. If they charge $500, don't ask them to do it for $3, because you'll pay you'll pay Hype Williams the 30 grand for a video. You'll pay whoever that girl is that shoots those boudoirs. You'll pay her the 500-600 that she charged to give you 8 photos that she had to airbrush. Pay your friend what they asked for, what they charge. Don't ask for the family and friend discount. Your friend owns a shop, owns a store. Don't expect to go in there and get discounts on shit. Support your creative and entrepreneurial friends and family like you would the famous motherfuckers that you don't know. That's it. That's my rant. Okay, that's it. Okay, Hectic. What say you?
I was just having a conversation yesterday with someone because I'm planning an art exhibit here in Houston, and I told them where they're recruiting for me or whatever, and I told them where their mistake was. Their mistake is being excited about what's going on, but also going to their family, their friends, what have you, and pitching it to them. I was like, no matter what product you have, your friends and your family, unfortunately, are going to be the last people to really support you. It's going to be some stranger in Timbuktu that never been around you, never seen you a day in your life, and they're going to support you like they've been your day one since day one.
Since day one.
I know people that follow my photography, and bro, it still shocks me when they be like, "Yeah, I remember when you shot da 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 da." I'm like, man, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, um, it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of things. Your closest people will never support. I mean, someone do, right? Because someone will be in the comment, well, I don't support my. Okay, cool. You're the anomaly, but for the vast majority, your closest confidant is the last person to put a penny in your pocket.
Last one. But they the first one to try to get one out of there.
Yeah.
First one.
100%.
Let them be starting
100%.
up a little business venture. They've been rocking with you, getting in all your shows for free, sitting on your coattail. They get an opportunity because of somebody that you introduced them to.
Mhm.
Hey, bro. Hey, You should invest in this for me. Like, I know you got it. If you could just like throw me a couple thousand as an investment, bro, like I'll pay it back. And it's like, I can't get you to put in 20 to invest in my career. I can't get you to go and stream the album one time.
No.
I can't get you to come and shop at my store. I can't get you to book me to shoot your event. You want me to invest in your venture that you think like I attach my name and my money to it is gonna do well. I see how you rolling. I see how you rolling. But you know,
Bro, I've heard people be like, it's crazy. Case in point, someone might be like, "Yo, I'm looking for a rapper in in the Colorado area." Da da da. And you be like, "My guy, I
yeah,
just saw you yesterday, and you never mentioned that you were looking for a rapper in the
all
Colorado area."
at all. And you know what's crazy about that? That's happened to me. That has happened to me. A person that I know very well was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this event and I'm trying to book some artists for it." And I was like,
Mhm,
"Bet." I think they're telling me because they're like, "I want you to do it." And I was like, "Bet
mhm.
that." And he goes, "You know any artists that would be interested?"
Right. Slap in the face.
I said, "Nigga, you know artists that would be interested." He's like, "Yeah, I don't know nobody that like I could book." I was like, "Bro, you could book me anytime." Yeah, bro.
Hmm.
You know, like I'm talking about like somebody with some motion.
Oh wow!
I was like, "All right, bet that." Guess who had to pay $40 to get in the show? You brought your homegirl? All right, cool. $40. Two tickets. Since I ain't got no motion. let's let's create some. Let's
Man, that's diabolical, my guy.
Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Chill, 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 chill. Hold on. You know what time it is, man. Come on, now. All on the table. A cast unmatched. Get outclassed. Who's not typecast for telling fables. The artifacts just kick back. Enjoy the panel. With true flies in all sides. Get different angles. With grown talk the mission. Small talk is missing. Free talk don't always equate to your addition. The difference. No misstep in intellect. Delayed stress. This podcast a safe bet. Stay enlightened.
every time I hear that intro, man, like the part where he's like, no misstep in intellect, that part just like gets to me every time because
Yeah.
something I realized, man. I know we act a fool on here, but we're quite intelligent as a crew. Like I
It's a
know people
collective.
don't as a collective. I know people don't think that about Raw, but you know he's actually fairly intelligent. But you know we just
He has his moments.
the Philadelphia education system, you know, wasn't quite like the rest of us. You know, I think Tasha went to
Yeah.
private school, so I think that's why she's okay. But yeah. But this week, man, we wanna talk about the state of men's mental health, right? And you know, the male ego and why that's so important to break apart. And so, Hector, what I wanted to start with just asking a question. When you hear the phrase men's mental health, what immediately comes to mind?
Something that is non-existent or overly overlooked or often overlooked.
Okay, explain. Give the people some insight into your thinking.
Um, Males, especially black males, in the order of precedence when it goes to or is talked about mental health, is the last. Now, a lot of that is because of us, right? Because we the last to seek mental health. We're the last to see mental health help.
Yeah.
However, the rest of the world will recognize women's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, shit. Kids even got one over on us now. Now it's kids' mental health. You can't say anything to a kid now because
Yeah.
their mental health. We gotta, cultivate them to. But a lot of the kids lack emotional intelligence or lack, mental health
Really?
intelligence. They
Yeah.
know what it is, but in their mind, they've been taught to use it as a crutch for so long, so that's just how they look at it now. Oh, I got ADHD. That means if I act sporadic, no one can say anything to me,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So for a lot of times, men, unfortunately, we're not often given excuses.
Right.
So when it comes to a man's mental health, it's man, suck it up, drive on, or dust that stuff off, or stop being a bitch, or stop whining, or you sassy, or it's all these other things that people want to use to diminish a man's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Versus everyone else has a viable excuse on why they act the way they act and
Yeah.
why they are the way they are. But men, especially black men, what was it? Either we have to be the angry black man or nothing.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it's interesting that you brought that up because I was gonna save this conversation piece for later, but since you brought it up, the whole idea behind man up culture, right? Our entire lives, we've heard that. Like, man up. Don't go crying about it. Don't go complaining about it. Man up. How do you feel that has impacted us, not only as a male society, but especially as black men?
I do agree slightly with manning up, right? Um if we are to be the head of households, to be the lead in relationships, to be, all those things, sometimes we don't have the luxury of dwelling on something that's happened,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, However, there's only so much suck it up and drive on a man could honestly take.
Yeah.
And my biggest qualms with a lot of men's mental health is if a man has a partner and the partner's not there to help alleviate some of that stress and anguish and pain or whatever, or give him a safe enough space to
Mm-hmm.
be able to cry or, let it all out, then why is he with you?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I'm with you in a sense where I'm kind of in between, right? When it comes to man up culture, because there is an element of being a man and not just male, but like a man, right? You're a leader.
Mhm.
If you're leading a family, if you're leading anything, right? Then you have to understand, like for example, football coaches, right? Win or lose, win or lose, football coaches are going to be the ones that if shit goes wrong, no matter if the quarterback threw 5 interceptions, if the offensive line missed their blocks, the running back fumbled, the defense didn't tackle shit. As a leader, the coach is the one that's going to take the blame in public.
Right. I mean, we've seen it in professional sports.
Yeah.
Team stinks to all outdoors.
Yep.
The coach is probably the first to go.
First to go.
Goes the
First to
GM,
go. Yep.
then the president.
Yeah.
Before
And meanwhile, the owner,
they release a player.
yeah, the owner still owning shit. when it's their fault that the team sucks. They're not coming out of pocket to get the good players, right?
Right.
Or the coach that can develop them. But then, like, when shit is going right, when you're winning, you don't ever get the credit. Your defense played well. Your quarterback was
because
phenomenal.
guess what? That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Like we had the conversation on this on Enlightened just a little minute ago where I was saying, if you go to a job, don't tell me all the bad shit I do. Tell me some of the good shit I do.
Yeah.
And on this same panel, people said, "Why? That's your job. You're supposed to do that."
Yeah.
That's the same mentality that goes into why men often get overlooked for mental health. Because why? You're a man. You're supposed to pay the bills. You're supposed to provide. You're supposed to protect. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do this. And on your days off, I got more stuff for you to do. Oh, for your birthday anniversary, I got you a grill, so there's more shit for you to do. I got you power tools, so there's more shit for you to do.
Bro.
It's always, I'm gonna get you some stuff that I know you may want, but ultimately I'm gonna benefit from it as well.
I'm gonna get you a new lawnmower. Now you better make sure that grass is cut. I'm gonna get you some car wash materials,
so you can make sure these vehicles are shiny.
All that shit. And so, one of my thoughts on the man up culture, though, is we are taught it.
First of all, will.i.am, what's in the tarnation is going on right now?
What you mean? What you mean?
Hey, what up, Cowboy Carter Simone?
Right.
Howdy. How you doing?
Hold up. She come to Texas one time and then switched it up on them.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold.
No. How y'all doing? I know. The reason I'm a little late, I was DJing a country jam today. They had a big country fest down at the Horseshoe.
Oh shit! So they had a boot scooting boogie.
Yeah, I would look.
So what
I was
happened? How she got the job was she was like, "Yo, a couple weeks ago, I went to Texas. They were like, you got the job.
You're fucking hired, young lady."
There you go. And I was like, "Yep, sure did, sure did."
You stepped up too.
No, it was cool though. I'm gonna tell you this. I now know a lot of country songs for no reason. I can tell you that much. No reason at all. No, I didn't need to know that many twangs. You know what I mean? That was a lot of twangs for one day. It was 7 hours.
7 hours?
7 hours.
Man,
7 hours worth of twang. 7 hours.
You a blank.
They had you for a whole work day.
Man.
Oh, I got paid. Trust me, I got paid.
That better be a blank check.
Did you get on the floor and you did you do the hold down?
I don't do that.
You don't do the hold downs? Gotcha.
I don't need I'm just up in the booth. I stay up in the booth and they was out there. And actually where I was, it was really secluded. So I was cool. I didn't have to interact too much with anybody. I was happy.
You had your folding chair with you?
I had a chair. It wasn't folding, but I had a chair.
I keep one in the chamber. Just in case. Keep one.
I had a mat and everything, so it was cool. But it was a lot of twangs, and I'm gonna tell you that country singers, they pretty much if their name is Tyler, Luke, Allen,
Justin.
And Justin. That's about all of them. And then the women is Shania and Taylor. That's about it.
Yep.
That's about it. But my bad. How y'all doing? I interrupted and everything, being late.
Now you came in with the shades and the hat and threw me for a loop.
Yeah, for a hoop.
I'm country. Freddie Little Bit Country.
So Freddie, we was talking about the man up culture, and what I was getting ready to say was that I'm kind of in a place where it's like we were taught this culture in a negative way. It was like you're not allowed to be emotional. You're not allowed to show vulnerability. You're not allowed to let somebody know you're not okay. You just got to suck it up and hold on to all that shit. And so, from a man's perspective, Hectic and I clearly understand it, but I would like to hear from your perspective as a woman that has brothers, that has sons, a father. How do you feel about the man up culture?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Country Freddie gonna tell you shut the fuck up and man up. What you doing? You can't kill a bear with your bare hands. What's wrong with you, boy? You know what I mean? That's what Country Freddie's saying.
Not hit you with the board too at the end.
Yeah, with the boy too. What you doing, boy? You don't know how to kill no bear with your bare hands, boy. You don't know how to do that, boy. You don't know how to slaughter no pig, boy. Now, to be real, honestly, to be all jokes aside, it was it was pretty much suck it up. Like, my brothers and stuff suck it up. I guess my mom asked them and stuff. She didn't tell them to suck it up. She was trying to talk them through it a little bit, but outside of that, it was like suck it up.
Yeah.
And even for me, it was like suck it up. So there was no talk through everything.
Nurturing.
It was a little nurturing, but it was really like something like that. You know what I mean? Just like,
no,
you be all right.
Can you cut all the way away?
What?
You froze like a fuck. We were waiting.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I said it's typically
like
my bad.
Man, all the way. Up.
No, that's funny. No, it was like you just get a pat on the back.
So let me ask you, Freddie. So, first of all, are these older or younger brothers?
Oh, I'm the baby, so everybody older than me.
Okay, so seeing how there wasn't a lot of, hey, let's work through this. How do you think that affected them in the long scope of things?
Oh, I think it affected them for sure. Like probably in their relationships, they can't maybe be as open as they should be or could be. More standoffish, not want to talk or anything, or probably don't even know how to process whatever they feeling, because it could be they're angry about something, but it's not really anger. It's something underneath it. It could be frustration. It could be resentment. It could be miscommunication. It could be a lot of different things because it is not labeled correctly because they didn't know how to process it correctly.
So I'm gonna ask a two-part question. Okay. First question is, who are the biggest perpetrators of the man up culture? Is it the men or the women in our family?
I think that's an interesting question because one, it all depends on family dynamics, right? So that's one layer you got to consider is family dynamics, because some families, the matriarch is the person in charge, and that doesn't matter if it's a husband and wife head of household or not. Sometimes the mom is in charge of everything, and she manipulates the boys so much. You see it.
Run that back. Run that word back. You said a really key word.
I mean, I'm gonna run it back. Rewind, as they say. Yeah. Is sometimes the mothers, even they're the ones in charge, and they manipulate the boys. They manipulate all the kids. They manipulate the whole family, depending on the type of woman they are. But a lot of times, sometimes they manipulate the boys to see it's like this motherly thing, like they can't do anything without their mom, or they have to sacrifice everything for their mom. It's like a little, I'm not going to say narcissistic trait or something like that, because I'm not sure of that trait, that word like that, to give that definition. You know?
Idiot what it is.
Yeah.
Idiot what it is.
But then you have, you know, when there's father and mother and the man is in charge, if he's overly not abusive but an overly aggressive male, like we all got to be eating eggs in the morning and doing push-ups, you know what I mean?
Raw
that
eggs.
Could, you know what I mean, that raw eggs, like, yeah, gulp them down. So you know what I mean. So that could play a part in it too. So, and the mom, maybe in that situation, she's
timid.
Yeah. And that's because he picked her to be meek and timid. You know what I mean? So it's all about the person and the dynamics and the family dynamics to me. But I believe I'm not going to say it's gender specific, but if I had to give it up, you know, I would say men, you know, because they don't want their sons to be no little fairy type of dude. You know what I mean? They don't want to be considered a fairy if they hang around some people that are questionable. They want to perpetuate that brotherhood and stuff. So, and you see it in all the little, not little, but when you see it in the boyhoods, you know, in the boy clubs, if you will, the golf crew, the football crew, you see it. They perpetuate the masculinity. So, you know.
Hector, what say you, Hector?
Who perpetrates it more? I think I would go with the short answer, men.
Okay.
I would say women do it subconsciously. Like a lot of them don't realize that they're emasculating the man or doing all the things because a lot of, like Freddie said, if they saw a mother in their minds, that's just how it's supposed to go. So now when they get a man in their life and he tells them no, hey, you fuck boy, what are you telling me no for? You know what I mean? It's all, you know, it's all the things. So now, you know, I remember one time, and I've told this story before, I was dealing with someone and I had a moment of weakness. And I'm just unloaded. I don't even need her to solve any of my problems, none of that. I'm just regurgitating, you know, and we also have to be okay with men just regurgitating because sometimes just to get it off our chest is enough for us to go and suck it up and drive on, right? And I remember she was like, stop bitching. And I was like, wait, what? She's like, stop bitching. And I just looked at her. I was like, bet that.
Oh, okay. Right.
Never told her another thing ever again after that. Actually, matter of fact, I know someone who wants to listen to my problems, all of it, while I'm laying in her lap.
And validating somebody's feelings is never great.
Yeah.
Dismissing it is not good.
So I'll say that.
At the moment when she was doing it, probably in her mind, there was nothing wrong with what she said.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, because you don't think about it in the real time. And it could have been like maybe an argument, or maybe she was going through something at the moment, and you wasn't listening to her on her level, you know, through her eyes. And she like, or she was having a bad day, and she like, well, stop bitching because my day was worse. You know what I mean? So like, but either way, it's just, did you say that too? Like, hey, I was, you just
No,
said,
because
okay,
I'm not going. I'm not going to hold you, especially at that. I didn't become. I would say emotionally intelligent till my mid to late 30s.
okay.
So I didn't even know how to process what she said to me. I just knew. Well, I know Becky going to listen to me and give me a blowjob. So, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Versus me being able to convey to her like, yo, when you telling me X, Y, and
Oh,
Z, I sit up here and listen to X, Y, and Z. But now that I have a problem, you don't have the time nor want to hear what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Cool.
nah.
And I probably should have ended the relationship right then and there, for real, for real. Because everything that I said I did, I actually went and did. Oh, word?
Of course
Cool.
you did.
Hey, meet me by the park. Let me take my mind off of whatever it is that I'm going on. Since I'm bitching, I won't bitch to you, but I'm gonna get some type of release off of it.
I got your bitching. I got your bitching.
You're gonna bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna bitch a lot. So my experience, keeping it short too, has been the men, right? Uncles, cousins. Man, I remember I got a cousin Barry, man. Barry like an uncle because he was that much older, right? This is my grandma's nephew. Barry would come visit favorite cousins. But I remember for whatever reason, this nigga got drunk as shit one night and started punching me in my chest and was like, "Don't cry like no little bitch, nigga. You got to man up out here. You got to take care of your business." And I'm like, "What the fuck is you beating me up for?" So then,
Right,
punching me in the chest, and he looked me square in the face and he's like, "Nigga, you ain't gonna hit me back. You gonna let me beat on you like a bitch?" So I squared back and I knocked the fuck out of him. And I'm like, and he's like, "Don't what I'm talking about, nigga, man up." And I'm like, when the fuck did this become part of manhood? Is this some kind of rite of passage at 14 that I didn't know that I had to go through? Like, nigga, why are you hitting me, telling me not to be a bitch, and then mad because I don't hit you back? Like, I respect you. You're an elder. Like, that's why I haven't hit you back. But you telling me, like, oh, you gonna let me beat on you like a bitch, nigga, man up. So I had to knock this nigga the fuck out. And I'm like, where they do that at? And
That's interesting. He wanted you. I could see like, hey, I need to teach you how to fight, but like to just start stealing on, like, you know what I mean? It's interesting because I've seen stuff like that. Like, a long time ago, I used to live next door to some people, and the little dude picked up a Barbie doll. He just a little, like, I think he was like 2 or something. Just picked up the Barbie doll and just like waving it around, not playing with her, nothing, not in no like girly way or anything like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And his dad just snatched it from him and popped him in the chest, like, put that gay ass shit down. And I was like, he too. Like,
he don't know. He don't even know that
he don't know. Yeah, he don't even know nothing. And I'm just like, yo, so, and it's interesting, but I also feel like it has something to do with the mindset. It's all about like I don't know, is it education level or is it just, I don't know. Is it environmental? Like,
I think
why? Is it a prison mentality? Like, you got to be stronger than everybody. You got to be.
I think it comes from a lot of different places.
Male ego. A lot of males. Generation teaches another generation, teaches another generation, teaches another generation, right?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, for a lot of males, we often learn, whether directly or indirectly, from our fathers, and they learn indirectly or directly from theirs, and so on.
Whatever male figure that we have around.
It's normally when someone gets some kind of wisdom, or know-how that breaks that cycle. Like growing up, we all probably grew up in the same kind of mentality. Hey, kids are supposed to be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or if you're going to enter a room full of adults and you have something to say, you got to say, excuse me, or something. And then you have to wait till they acknowledge you before you can say whatever.
Man, listen. Shit, before you get popped in your fucking mouth.
And look,
You feel me?
don't let
Now,
it be.
I'm sure with this generation, we see how wild this generation is.
Yeah.
They are just, you'll be on the phone talking to an important business venture or something. Hey, ma, hey, I got blah blah blah. You be like, yo, like I'm on the phone, and so yeah, can you pick me and Billy up because we going to the park and da 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 da.
Yeah.
They're not skipping a beat.
Like I go through this shit a lot at work because I'll be talking to somebody, and then a kid will try to talk to one of us, and you like, I don't really want to ignore you. Like the whole purpose that I'm here is for you, but I'm talking to an adult right now about something important, and you want to come and show somebody the paragraph you wrote or a picture, or you got to go to the bathroom or some shit. And I'm like, they have no manners.
Training.
It's like your parents never taught you to say excuse me at the very least, you know?
Nope.
And so like one of the frustrating things for me when it comes to the whole man up culture though is we're, instead of trying to how do I say it? Instead of trying to unpack it, everybody's either trying to suppress it or blow it the fuck up, right? So like the feminist movement is the ones that's trying to blow it up. It's like, get rid of it. Every boy should be sensitive and have some femininity. And other people are like, nah, just don't even worry about that shit. Just like push it down. Like, and
suppress.
Yeah, it's like, how about we try to unpack that shit? Because it's layers.
We as a culture is not built for that. Look at everything that we do. We overcorrect with everything. We never say, all right, well, let's dial it back. Let's adjust here. Let's, instead of taking 10 steps, we take 5. Even for, my industry, I see it a lot where misandry is at an all-time high now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because of them trying to overcorrect the misogyny that they say has been going on for so many years. And it's like, but y'all never heard, a lick for a lick, you both wrong. Like it's not making the situation right. It's just now, when our time comes back up, now we could blatantly be misogynist now because we saw what happened when the misandry was going on. We overcorrect with everything and we never find a happy medium because guess what? The overcorrection is a narrative of whoever wants to paint the narrative.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, like when you have two people co-parenting, right? And the one parent is real strict and the other one is real lenient. And they are that way because of the other. It's like, I'm going to be strict because you get away with whatever you want at your mama's house. But then the mom is like, I'm going to be real lenient because your daddy an asshole. And it's like,
versus truly co-parenting and saying, hey, Billy is strong here. Let's cultivate this. Billy is weak here. Let's figure out a way to make him strong in this area.
Let's have consistent expectations in both households so that he's not confused or trying to use that to manipulate to get what he wants. Let's come together and set a set of expectations for this kid so that we can raise a good person and not an asshole that's going to use his advantages to manipulate everything. Right?
Can I ask a question, Hectic? You said misandry happens at your job, right? Is that what you said? You begin sexually harassed at your job? all-time high. You be getting sexually harassed at your job. They be telling you, "Hey, you want this raise?
You know, Freddie wasn't gonna ask nothing serious.
You want this raise? You better raise up, young buck."
I mean, look at the what's we calling for Golden Sachs. She said homeboy and was like straight up, "Hey, you want this raise?
So
what you willing to do for it?"
So you don't think, to an extent, do you think that Miss Sandry is? We know it's a response to misogyny. We know that, but do you think it's just like for tit for tat? Men been doing it for so long. So why is it now a problem when women are doing it?
We're not saying it. Okay, we are saying it's a problem, and we're saying it's a problem for this reason, right?
Okay.
We've been told that misogyny has been wrong for so many years, right?
Okay.
And men have started acknowledging that, yes, y'all are correct. This is and has been fucked up. So a lot of men have been switching gears, right?
Okay,
Cool.
that's great. Yeah.
So if a lot of men are switching gears and understanding and realizing and being held accountable for such actions, right? The other side can't just do what the fuck they want to do at this point and be like, well, y'all did it. It's like, it goes back to what Easy was saying. There's no middle ground. It's either this way or that way. So you can't speak to victimization, right? And now the people that you feel has been victimizing you are changing. The mindset is changing. Then come back around and be like, well, y'all gave up the power. Now we're going to do what the fuck we want to do. It's almost like racism, right? We can't say, all right, white people, white people, white people, white people, white people, white people, white people. And the white people start saying, you know what? We understand. We see that 400 years, we get it. We weren't only bad to you, we were bad to the indigenous people, we were bad to these people. We are now changing our mindsets and we're holding ourselves accountable for such actions, although we didn't have anything to do with it. And then all the people of color like, well, fuck you, like it just does not work like that. Nothing is ever going to get fixed.
So I was just gonna say, like, no, I get where you're coming from, Hectic. But I feel like there's always gonna still be that percentage that's still going to behave however they want. You know what I mean? They're still going,
until
even
they die
though
out.
Right. So that person, that's one of them. You know what I mean? I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to do what I want to do. And really, I really feel like it has nothing to do with gender at all anymore. It's about money and power. That's
why I use racism too. You see what I'm saying? Because it's happening on all different fronts. What Easy is talking to is happening on all different fronts. And 100%, the middle class is no longer the middle class. When you make $100,000, which used to be 5-10 years ago a comfortable living, now you're like gas or food.
Yeah.
Right? So everything ties into one another. Whether people think it does or does not, it does. But everything cascades down. Okay, case in point, for the same argument. The haves and the haves not. Now, when the haves are like, you know what? You're right. We could be helping the middle class and the poor people a little bit more. We could be doing all the things that we need to be doing. And then the other side gets a little bit of money and be like, fuck y'all rich people. The system will always be broken.
So here's there's a episode of the Lotus something. I can't remember what it's called. It's something on HBO Max, but it's like
the fucking about them people going on these trips and shit.
The resort.
White
Lotus. Thank you. So that's basically what happened. Old girl was like you said, somebody get the money, like, oh, we wish we had this money. We would act different. We would give it away. We would do all of this. Old girl was like that. She poured in, she got the money, and then I forgot about the poor people.
Yeah.
I forgot about the people I was going to help. So how are we going to do this? You know what I mean? So how are we going to help one another if all of a sudden we get amnesia and now we want to be all bougie and forget about it?
Case in point, we say it often. We like college dropout, yay. We don't like billionaire, yay. Same person, different life experiences now. Yes. One had money, one did not have money.
He was broke.
He was relatable.
Yeah.
To more people, he was relatable. I think when the celebrities hit that threshold of, like, you know, I'm even going to say it. Remember, Dave Chappelle wasn't about no money. You know what I'm saying? Remember back before he went hiatus and everything, even when he came back for a minute, he was like, man, I remember there's a scene with him and D.L. Hughley at, I can't remember which awards, but he was like, we do this for, you know, he was like, DL was like, the money. He was like, And he kind of shunned him a little bit for saying it. And now what does Chappelle say now? Like, I'm rich, bitch. Like, not money. Even after the Chappelle show, but like even on stage, he gets us to smoke on stage, smoke whatever in a smoke-free place. And he's like, shit, I got money. Fuck y'all.
Well, you hear him everybody every time when he talks about like Netflix paying him, like he's like, you know, if they fire me, if they cancel me, motherfucker, I already got 80 million.
I already got paid. Like, you can't.
So nobody gives a fuck as long as they got money in their pocket. Nobody cares about morals and scruples as long as they got money in their pocket.
And that's the point right there, right? People only care about stuff that personally affects them.
They little bubble.
So with people lacking the care for men's mental health, it's because it doesn't personally affect them.
It does not impact them.
I care.
And with that said,
Freddie cares, little ladies. Freddie cares.
We're gonna hop into our first segment for the night.
Hell, we like them thick, like a bowl of grits. First of all, you already know she don't give a fuck. Second, you can best believe she gonna talk her shit. And third, it's Freddie. Who the fuck knows where this about to go? But let's get into Celebrity Wire with Dunkosaurus Rex herself, the foxy Freddie Montaco.
How you doing, partners? How y'all doing? This it's celebrity news. I've been out wrangling all the songs, the country twangs, and now I'm back here to give y'all a couple of things. Hi, y'all like how that rhyme? Y'all like that? Anyway, getting into it. If y'all haven't noticed, Serena Williams made a long-awaited debut back into the professional tennis courts at the HSBC Championship at the Queen's Club in London, where she teamed up with a teenager. You know, Serena, she got two kids, right? So she teamed up with, I'm not going to say she's mature. I'm going to say that she matured. She teamed up with teenager Victoria Mbako, and they went on to win a few matches. They did well as partners. She didn't, I think she won a couple singles or whatever, but her partner had to withdraw due to a knee injury, so they had to bow out and be done early. But everyone is excited because Serena's coming back, and I'm just like, wow, okay, Serena, she done hurt a little teenager. You know, she done went backstage and was like, hey, you about to hurt yourself because we done right now. I don't want to play no more with you because I don't think you good enough for me. I'm Serena. And because, you know, she delivered her powerful signature backhand swings and signature strength moves on the courts. And remember, y'all, she retired back in 2022. while she said she returned to the sport only really to let her daughter see that she be playing and she was a champion and all of that, though, I think though she was feeling real young because she on that row, that whatever that's on that commercial. I think that's what she on. Overall, they said Serena fared pretty well. So kudos to Serena on that. I still feel like she was backstage pumping the drugs up, and a little teenager was like, "Miss Williams, I don't think we should do that." She slapped her like, "Bitch, shut up," and made her go home a little bit. That's just me. That's my imagination. I don't know if that really happened, but we're gonna move right along to somebody who also need. These is questionable. I'm bringing these people up because it's also questionable. What's in your brain right now? Serena cool, but the rent with the I don't get it, but whatever. Jamie Foxx is 58, y'all, and he is expecting his third child with his girlfriend named Alice Huckstep, and they're due. I don't know when that baby due, but this man is 58 years old, and his kids is already grown. He got a 17-year-old and a 32-year-old. 32-year-old. 3 and a 2 pushed together. That's 32, guys. That's too many. That's old to be having a new baby coming, but no way I'll be starting over. And this is her first kid. This is Alice's first kid. She's 36. Wrap that up right there. The chick you done put a baby in, your new baby, is just 4 years older than your oldest kid. And that's interesting. They're going to go shopping together. They're going to probably go to Victoria's Secret together or some shit like that. That's weird. 4 years older. I don't know why he'd want to start over. I don't know why, get a girl 4 years younger or older than your youngest. Maybe he's cloned. I don't know. Like he said, maybe he's cloned and this is what it is. I don't know, but Jamie Foxx, you crazy though. They became a couple back in August of 23 after being spotted in Malibu. Then they briefly split in 2025, but reconciled months later. Huckstep is an esthetician and a beauty professional. Basically, that bitch do lashes and wigs. That's pretty much it. 58-year-old Jamie Foxx went and got a 36-year-old that does lashes and wigs. He got him a wig professional installer, an installer of wig professional. But hey, do you? I no judgment. I ain't got nobody. Esthetician, bitch. I ain't got nobody here. So do you, Jamie Foxx? I just ain't bringing no motherfucking kids. Where I'm gonna send them. Somebody gonna be a strong single dad. Bump that though. But also too, the Power Book 3 Raising Kanan season 5 premiere last night. That's all I got. You should watch it because I'm not. And now Netflix better watch out. They better watch out because they better watch their backs and their side eyes because the smizing side-eyed not Bridezilla, supermodel villain herself is on a rampage. Tyra Banks, former supermodel, toxic box bully, is suing Netflix for defamation and manipulation. According to the lawsuit, she's claiming her appearance in the documentary was edited to support a false narrative. She claims that she sat with producers and directors for over 3 hours and gave them raw, no holds bars, questions asked, whatever. And they only used 16 minutes. She's claiming they only used 16 minutes in the documentary, and that was it. So she's claiming a lot of selective editing, deliberate omission, and surgical manipulation of continuous footage. That's a mouthful, and that's some legal jargon. That's interesting right there. She's claiming the moments she took accountability for her actions regarding the controversial moments on the show were edited completely out of the final cut of the documentary. So it made her look like worse than what she already was looking like, what she already did on America's Next Top Model. So whatever. I don't know if she really has a case personally, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm just a cowgirl tonight. Overall, lots of people watched the show and supported it. I did too. I haven't watched the documentary series though. I guess I need to before they take it off for this legal issue gets out of hand. Can somebody let me use their password though? Because I don't have Netflix. They acting like they food stamps and they be watching them too closely now. You can't use your password. They be like, hey, is this your household? It shouldn't even matter. Just let me watch. And also on some sad news, Peabo Bryson died, age 75. If no one knows, he is the legendary singer, R&B singer from the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, but mainly known for his R&B work and for his Disney collaborations with Beauty and the Beast, and also A Whole New World with Regina King, I believe. Regina Hall, sorry. And then finally, I'm sorry, he died of a heart attack at 75. That's how old he was. Moving on to finally, this old pasty white soul sucking raw chicken skin asshole then surpassed everybody in the world with having money. We was just talking about, the lower class, the upper class, and whatever class you want to be with no money in your ass is pretty much because he done sucked it all out of everybody. And I feel like this rich asshole, he has surpassed everybody and has became the world's first trillionaire. Elon Musk has became the first trillionaire. He has passed bald head ass Bezos. He's surpassed Zuck, alien looking fuck, and he is now the most richest guy in the world because his SpaceX IPO created the largest wealth in modern history. And that's pretty much it. And I just can't understand, like, some people are upset. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not upset because, like, what can I do about him making $1 trillion other than stop using the stuff that is feeding and giving him the money? You know what I mean? So he owns a massive stake in the company that's valued over $2 million. $2 trillion. So that's why he's so rich. It's not like he's walking around with the $1 trillion on him. In my opinion, he really needs punched in the face. And I really need y'all to stop buying fucking Teslas and stop using Cash App and PayPal, because those are the things that's also giving him the money, giving all the people the money. People are upset like about things that are going on, but you won't stop using Amazon. That's how Jeff Bezos keeps getting money, right? We're not. And we want to put our messages out there. We want to grow our businesses. So look at us on Facebook. So we be mad about stuff, but to what extent are we going to stop using it? And that's it. That's my celebrity news. I ain't mean to have no soapbox moment or nothing, but that $1 trillion, like, I'm ready to go hit a lick. All right.
Freddie, you crack me up every time. So before we go any further, I would like to introduce the world to one of my mentors, my big homie, Mr. Troy Grimes. Troy, I'll let you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do, and why I brought you on the show tonight to talk with us.
All right, man. Like you said, Troy Grimes. I'm a Denver native, born and raised. Not too many of us still running around here like that, but that is me, Denver, Colorado. Yeah, I'm a father, I'm a husband, brother, executive director, co-founder of my nonprofit, Legacy Foundation for Family and Community Development, coach, all the things, man. So yeah, right on, bros. Appreciate you having me.
So Troy, I brought Troy on to be part of this conversation with us because, one, he's one of the people that when I'm dealing with shit on my end, I call him. But he does a lot of work in the community with men's mental health all year round, not just in the month of June. So that's, it's part of what the Legacy Foundation, and it starts from young. Troy and I coach together, mentor young men on the football field. And so he's been a good asset to have around. So Troy, as we were discussing before you came in, we were wrapping up the conversation about toxic masculinity and the man up culture, and being a man that has raised a bunch of men that has mentored a bunch of young men. What are your thoughts on the man up culture?
Well, a couple things come to mind when you say that, man. And I'm probably not the, I'm in this field, and so I'm in this conversation for a long, long time. But even that phrase, toxic masculinity, for me, I don't really agree with that phrase, man. I think they're oxymoron, so to speak. I don't think masculinity in itself is toxic, right? So if there's toxic behavior, then it's probably something outside of masculinity that you're bringing into that, but it's not being masculine, right? So, but in terms of that man up culture, um, yeah, I think we've evolved far past that if we're smart, right? You know, that was, and in my mind, I think there was a time and a place for that, right? When you're talking about the history of uh, how we got here and what it took to survive and what it took to get to where we are, there might have been a time and a place for that man up and not being able to show um, our emotions and having to be more resilient than the next person, this, that, and the other. But now in today's world, I think um, we've evolved, and so with that evolution, I believe that um, if we have a good sense of what's really real and what we really need, then we wouldn't really be using that man up type of mentality. We'd be sharing with one another and sharing, especially with our young boys, the importance of having that emotional intelligence and and really letting men and boys know that it's okay, to um, express emotions, have emotions, live through all of our emotions, right? And in doing so, it doesn't make us weak.
Yeah,
But again, like I said, the reason why that might exist might have been, isn't really. I don't blame why it might exist, because where it came from and um, why it exists, we probably needed that in order to be who we are today.
that's what's up. So you brought up the topic of vulnerability, right, with men.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna ask all of y'all this question: is vulnerability a strength or a weakness, and why? We'll start with you, Hector.
I knew you were going to ask me first. So, vulnerability is, say it again so I make sure I stay
Is
on
it
topic.
is it a strength or a weakness, and why do you think between the two, whichever you chose?
I, I mean, I would say it's a weakness. And that's just from my mindset. When you're vulnerable, it leaves you open and your defenses are down, and it makes you susceptible to certain things happening. It's just how I move, right? Um, Now, would I love to be able to be vulnerable? 100%, though. Because who wants to wake up every day and walk around with their guards up all the time? That's exhausting, right? But the reality of life is, one way or another, we were vulnerable to somebody at one point, and they showed us their true colors. You know what I mean? So there's only so many times that you could be vulnerable, and stuff happens, and you keep being vulnerable, and stuff keeps happening, and you keep being vulnerable, and stuff keeps happening before you be like, you know what? I'm good on that.
Yeah. All right, Troy, your thoughts?
Yeah, nah, yeah, man, I respect that. In my opinion, vulnerability is a strength, and the reason why I say that is because being vulnerable, especially like I said for a black man, it's uncomfortable, and we tell the kids, we coach this all the time. Easy, you know, in order, we need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? That's the only way we grow, the only way we stretch as people, as humans, as a team, and as Black men, right? And so I think that, like I said, it's going to make you uncomfortable, but you're going to grow from that vulnerability.
Yeah. Freddie, before I ask for your response, because I'm gonna ask you to look at it from a different perspective. Um, for me, I'm somewhere in between, right? And I always kind of put things into sports analogies, right? Like I'm coaching basketball. I know our weaknesses as a coach. Like internally, I know we can't shoot for shit. So if they hop in the 2-3 zone, we gotta figure out how to get to the bucket, right? So like looking at that, and it's like being vulnerable helps you expose your inadequacies to yourself so that you can work on them. They might not ever be strengths, but you can get better, right? A team that does not shoot 3 pointers well as a team might have a sharp shooter though. They might have that one kid that can knock them down. So it's like, okay, we know we don't shoot well. So if they're in the 2-3 zone, let's figure out how to get him to his spots or her to her spots to shoot the ball when we need a shot, right? But then on the other side of it, like the other team knows you don't shoot well from three. So they're not going to play man to man because they know you can beat them off the dribble. They're not going to extend it to a 1-3-1 because they know that you can get down on the box and beat them there. So they're going to sit in that 2-3 zone and make you have to force shots up from the outside. And I think that's kind of how it is as a man. Being vulnerable is you got to know who to be vulnerable to. It becomes a strength when you can be vulnerable to the right person, whether that's the woman that you're dealing with or your brothers. If you can go to them and be vulnerable, knowing that they're going to sharpen the iron, knowing they're going to build you, knowing that that woman that you are expressing your emotions to is not going to judge you, but she's going to help heal you and nurture you, right? But then you're vulnerable with the wrong people. They're going to use that as a weakness, and they're going to use that to destroy you. The men around you that are jealous that want your spot are going to take your vulnerabilities like, bro, you know this nigga, you know this about him, bro. We look, if we just go in at this angle, like we could take his spot for real. And the women, they're gonna do the same thing as well as throw it in your face every time they're unsatisfied with you, right? So you got to know who to be vulnerable to, and I think that's the strength really is in knowing that. Who can I be vulnerable to, and who do I need to like have a wall up with? So Freddie, as a woman, when you think about men being vulnerable, do you as a woman see vulnerability in a man as a strength or a weakness?
Time out, because why Hectic already grinned and I ain't even said nothing yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's that about? First off, Hectic, it's okay to be vulnerable. You could be vulnerable with me. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I promise. Anyway, from a woman's perspective, repeat the question real quick because I was being smart aleck. My bad.
Do you view vulnerable? Damn, can I talk? Do you view vulnerability in a man as a strength or a weakness, or is it some men? It could go either
You
way.
should rephrase the question. Do you think a man being vulnerable is sexy or unattractive?
No, I was gonna answer it either way because I actually like vulnerability. I like vulnerability in a man. Until it gets to the point where it sounds like bitching, where it sounds like you are complaining about things that you have control over is what I mean. You know what I mean? Like you playing the insane blame game is what I mean. You blaming everybody else for your trials and tribulations where you could change them. That's separate. But I like a man to be vulnerable, not only with me, but with other, to know that he has a friend group to be vulnerable with, because I can't be the only one that he talks to. And so he gets my perspective, my only perspective. And also I want him to be vulnerable, like maybe with his sister, you know what I mean? Or his female cousin, another woman that's not, you know what I'm saying, possibly sexing him, you know what I mean? But because I feel like everyone needs to be vulnerable and also be able to be vulnerable, because that's how you build connections with one another. Because here's the thing, it irritates me. We are all human. We all going through the same type of stuff at different times, on different capacities, but we all going through the same things because it's the human fucking condition, right? We're all human. We all going through the same thing. We all going to feel down. We all going to feel rejected. We going to feel happy. We going to feel on top of the world. We going to feel all kinds of different things. And the more we talk about it, the more we all can relate, and the more we all can get through it without thinking like isolating ourselves like, oh, woe is me. It's only me that's going through it. Nah, it's me too. You know, look in the mirror, you're not happy with yourself. You at your job, you're not happy with the job, but you still got to get up and go. We all got to do the stuff we got to do. So we all going through it.
I want to give you a scenario, right? You're dealing with a dude, and he's not abusive, but he has some anger issues. He gets sets off. He gets triggered really fast about the smallest shit, right? And not so much at you, but just at the situation. Goddamn buses, what the fuck? I'm supposed to be here 2 minutes ago. This bitch just now pulling up. And you're just like, bro, calm down, right? So we're talking about being vulnerable, right? Making excuses, like how I see it is like he's making excuses by being like, it's the bus driver's fault, when like, okay, you don't know what happened, or maybe you was late and you gotta wait an extra 15 minutes for the next bus. And he's like, right, my fault, the cars in the street, and the lady had the dog that pissed, so I couldn't walk that way on the sidewalk. He's blaming everybody else, right? I don't see that as vulnerability. I just see that as somebody that lacks accountability, right? And so, but what if you're just like, why is this nigga so angry all the time? Mm-hmm. You want him to tell you, and then he tells you that he was sexually abused by his uncles when he was a boy.
Yep. And then I have to be vulnerable with him and say, I'm here for you. That's some stuff. Thank you. First of all, thank you for sharing it with me, because that's some hard information to share, especially with the woman that you may be humping on, right? And that also depends on how deep we are, Easy, because sometimes now people want to show you all of their skeletons so you could be, come move in with me and let me, you know what I'm saying? Nah. So it all depends on how deep that relationship is, how I'm dealing with this dude, right? But one, thank you for sharing with me, because that's something that is very vulnerable and sensitive to talk about. Thank you for allowing me to be that person that you want to share it with and everything. Now that we know this information, right? Do you think this plays a role in your hot fuse? Do you have some resentment? Me personally, because I have I like to be, I'm a fake doctor in my house. So I'm gonna dive into some psychological stuff. Like, do you want to talk about it? You want to write about it? You want to color some pictures? You know what I'm saying? You want to do some painting? We gonna do something. But I'm not gonna pretend like you didn't say it. I'm not gonna dismiss it, and then I'm not gonna bring it back up when I'm really mad at you. Like, unless you really, really hurt me, like you take my money. No. This is what I'm saying. And this is just, again, this is the human condition. You taking your glasses off, this is what I'm saying.
Fellas, you don't be vulnerable. See, she just said it. She's like, unless there's conditions to be vulnerable.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's the human condition, because let a woman piss you off, and she has asked you to do something or something like that. You're taking the money from her. Oh, fuck you, bitch. You're taking the resources from her or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Manipulation.
But I'm being full and honest that when you hurt a woman, there's nothing like a woman scorned.
So I appreciate you.
So here's my thing. why be vulnerable with somebody you're gonna hurt so harshly? That's the thing.
So
why hurt me?
Hurt people.
You already
so here's
okay. So I'm gonna hurt the fuck out of you.
Here's what, and I wasn't ready to thank you for being vulnerable, first of all. But I wasn't.
I don't know no man who's gonna share nothing like that with a woman. I don't know no man who's gonna do that.
You feel me?
Yeah, I didn't mean to back you in a corner or kind of set you up for a trick question.
I'm already I'm in the corner right here on the screen with 3 dudes. I'm in the corner already.
My follow-up to that, if you didn't say that yourself, my follow-up would have been, now answer that as a normal woman, right? Because you're Freddie, right? So that's
I don't know if it's possible.
That is one of the most difficult things for men in terms of being vulnerable is, one,
no, I get it.
You never intend to hurt anyone, right? But the moment that happens, then these things come back, right? And it's taking the most hurtful things that, like, we talk about low blows, right? If a man shared with you, like, yeah, I'm angry because my uncle sexually abused me when I was a kid, and I never really understood how to handle that. And then when he does something to hurt you, and your comeback is, that's why your uncles fingered you in the ass when you was a little boy. Right?
And see, and that's for real. And that's messed up. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
That part. I would say something else
somebody
like that's
would,
why your
though.
big
Somebody
toe.
would.
But I know somebody would, yeah.
Right. And that's why things like that don't get shared. Even like, okay, I have a medical condition, right? It could be anything from I got heart palpitations, and a woman's gonna get mad with your arrhythmic ass heart.
But that's a good roast, though. That's a good
that
roast.
was a good one.
I hope you die. I hope when you driving over here, your heart.
See, okay, so here's the thing. Here's me easy. So for me, and I've heard people talk like that about people that they claim to love. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Because now you're spewing negativity out into the universe and you want it to hit me again. Like, yeah, you wish you died and da-da-da. Go ahead. No. Now, if you got heart palpitations, I'm making jokes all goddamn day about them. Yes, sir, I am. But I'm not going to do it in a way that if you tell me it hurts your feelings, like, hey, babe, stop. I'm not going to do it in front of your friends and everybody and belittle you. But I might do it is me and you. It's an inside joke. I love inside jokes as a couple. You know how many niggas I got inside jokes with? They ain't got inside jokes no more. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm gonna tell you, if my wife ever was
memories,
like,
man.
If my wife ever was like, "We get you over there, can't breathe," I'll go get a cat.
right.
I'm saying, like.
I really, it's real talk, man. But I don't think, like I said, I know there's some men out there. I don't know what type of men, but I know there's some men that would be have that level of vulnerability with their woman or whatever. But I don't know that man. You know what I'm saying, for those reasons, right? But that's also why I think it's important. You know what I do, Easy, in terms of helping to create those safe spaces for men so that we can be vulnerable, right? And so, I've heard those types of things in the men's circles and stuff that I facilitate. And I also know that, I've helped to facilitate or support brothers in a way where they ended up, getting clinical therapy or whatever they needed, you know what I'm saying? So they have that level of vulnerability because it's important, right? But you said it from the beginning, like having that discernment about who and when, that's truly important.
Yeah. So with that said, so Troy, let's talk about the male ego, right? And I think it's important for us as men to recognize that we all have an ego, right? What exactly is the male ego, and why is there such a stigma around it?
I want to hear Hectic answer that.
Such a big ego.
Let's let Hectic answer that first.
What was the question? Because it wasn't my question. I wasn't paying attention because I'm looking at it. History's about to be made here in a few seconds. So,
All right, so Professor Hectic, what exactly is the male ego, and why is there such a stigma around it?
What is the male? Shit, males have the biggest ego. I'm not gonna hold you. And it's not always our penis. The stigma is, I guess, it goes back to what Troy was saying too about the toxic masculinity, right? As soon as you say something about male ego, it's already in most people's eyes is coming with a negative connotation. You know, um, we all have egos. You know, we're supposed to. That's what, life is about. We're supposed to feel a certain way about ourselves and, stuff like that. Um, like I said, I just think it's especially in 2026, it's just one of those things that are used as a tool to undermine whatever a man got going on. Oh, he has a man ego. Now, can it be a bad thing? Yes. But ego could be a good thing as well. It's just often that it just resonates with being bad. Was that good, Troy?
I think that's spot on. Yeah, you helped me think about it because all ego is like it's just like your conscious realization of your own identity, right? And so
Mm,
that's where you think about the I. So there's nothing wrong with thinking about yourself. It starts with self. But I agree 100%. Ego, that connotation is whenever we say ego, we think it's like bad. Like there's you know you can be too much about self where it turns bad, but having a conscious identity about yourself, that's not just inherently bad. You know what I mean?
right, right.
Troy,
I just, especially, and I don't know. There's every year there's a certain amount of words that I feel like we need to retire. I think people latch on to certain words for clickbait type of um, responses or rage baiting. Rage baiting is like all time high in 2026. So let me say this man has an ego, and I know immediately the sisters are going to jump on it because men have egos. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to
and
be a bad
women
thing.
have egos too.
So
It's a hashtag. It's a
Yeah.
search. It's a search
yeah,
hashtag for sure.
So
Absolutely.
Troy, I was gonna say be real careful. Tasha Ashes and Influence is one of our other co-hosts, and she didn't seen you, and she one of them people that when she sees something she won't, she go after it. So be careful.
That's funny.
And good recovery
wow.
and good recovery there, Tasha, by saying hi to Hectic and I. We know what you're doing.
Oh, it was
It's
a
called
diabolical.
tenacity.
It was
Yeah.
you ain't gonna do it. You out here
Speaking of
hula
ego,
hooping and laying up.
speaking of ego. All right, so Freddie, from a woman's perspective, what is
What's
the
up?
male ego, and why
Some
is it
shit
such a
that get
stigma?
on my nerves. That's what I could tell you. It's the shit that get on my nerves. The male ego is interesting because I can witness it, and sometimes I can see the ego that I don't want to deal with immediately. Arrogance, I guess, to an extent. Um, I don't know. I don't even be paying attention to y'all no more. Honestly, I can't even tell you.
Are you going
I,
to the other side?
no, hell no. Heck,
She said, "Don't play with her like that."
I'm a rider. Hectic. Okay. Okay. I'm a
All right.
rider. Whether it's
Well,
a saddle or a face, it's getting rogue.
well, you know
Okay.
what? We gonna just go on to our next question. Um, so,
Mm-mm.
so here's the question, right? Um, thinking about we're all. I think you're over 40, Hectic. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe.
Okay.
He old as hell.
I won't divulge your actual age, Troy, but we'll just say that Troy has the most life experience out of all of us on the panel. So I'm gonna ask it from the youngest to the oldest. I think I'm older than Hectic, so
maybe.
And then Freddie, you might be the baby on the panel, right? So we'll start.
I don't know about that either.
And I think I want to start with Freddie anyway because I want to hear
ladies first,
right? But the question for you, Freddie, is gonna be phrased a bit different than I'm gonna ask the guys. But you have sons, right?
Shit. Go ahead.
How
I have
old are your
8
sons?
sons.
How old is
One
your
son?
One son. All right.
Man, don't you trying to put more kids on me? One son, one daughter. That's it.
I just knew you had 2 kids.
Plural.
Yeah, you hear that plural shit come in there? He's 23.
I knew your son is 23. All right. So he's still young enough to get some advice. So what advice as a mom would you give your son in terms of navigating this world and taking care of his mental health?
His mental health?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just tell him go punch some walls. That's it. You know, go be a man and punch some walls. You'll be all right. And then when you that's how you learn how to patch them up, and then you know how you got to trade now. You see how you learn them?
Wow.
You know what I mean? No.
That mom manipulating her son.
Yeah,
No, I actually talked to my son. I don't think we talk about mental health so much, but I tell him, I ask, you know, how his day is going. Was he thinking about struggling with things like that? I know he does come to me, like when he's frustrated and things like that. He comes to me and we talk about stuff. Between the 2 of my kids, he talks to me the most. My daughter don't say shit to me. She just, meh. I know when something's wrong, she'll come around me more. You know what I mean? But I always we do talk about mental health because it is on the forefront in my family as far as family history and stuff. So it's a discussion that we're not scared to talk about, you know. And especially I tell them that if they do, like, we could talk about seeking counseling and everything like that. But they haven't came to me with that yet. So
okay.
You know.
Hector, what is some advice you would give the 18-year-old Hector?
It's okay to voice your opinions about things that you don't like. Oftentimes, I would internalize a lot of what I was feeling. I think often too, when I was younger too, I used to be like, either I'm gonna say something and it ain't gonna matter, or I'm gonna say something out of anger. And it was crazy because I never wanted to just lash out of anger and say something that I couldn't take back. You know what I mean? However, I would definitely tell 18-year-old me, say all that shit.
Okay.
Say it. Say all that shit. Only because people often know too what limits they could push you to and how far they could go. And once you put your foot down, once you put their foot down, they don't have a leg to stand on. You know what I mean? It's very important protecting your peace, your mental health, all that, because trust me, some people going to ask you to do the most, and then when it comes back full, shit. When it comes back full circle, they ain't going to do it for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The old shit was the Knicks just won. The Knicks just won the whole shebang bang. So that's nuts. So that's crazy. Congrats to
Y'all
them.
win money. Y'all win money. I won money.
New York.
Nah, I don't bet. But I thought they were going to lose tonight so they could bring it back to Madison. But they said, nah, we ain't playing with them. We just going to get them out of the way.
I'm playing. I didn't win no money.
Adam
I don't
Silver
bet.
script.
Yes.
I should have.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle back with the second part of the question to all of us. But I would tell my 18-year-old self, don't let money control the narrative. Don't let money drive the bus, right? And what I mean by that is money creates majority of the stress in our lives, whether it's trying to get it or it's not having enough of it. And there's so many times where we hold ourselves back because we don't have the money to do, or doing this would take us away from the money that we earn, right? And sometimes the money does not the money isn't as beneficial as we think, right? It pays the bills, but like take that day off work if you really need it, because you might go in today and go postal and get fired anyway. So take that day, right?
That part.
Go on that trip. It's going to be more beneficial and more refreshing for you than trying to save that money that you're gonna spend somewhere else anyway, right? Your bills is paid. You got extra few $100. You got some saved up. Go on the trip. Go enjoy life, right? Buy that video game, right? Don't let money drive the bus. Like live in the moment, because none of that shit, no matter how much of you got, whether you got $20 to your name or you Elon Musk, you die, it stays on Earth.
Facts. People hoarding their PTO time, they hoarding their money, and you like, for real, take a day off.
Needs me. They need
No,
me. I have
they
to.
don't.
If
It
I'm not
can't.
here, the company's not going to do what they need to do. I'd be like,
I'll tell you the
listen,
most.
I'm not going to hold you. I had one time when I said, hey, I'm injured or whatever, not feeling like going in. They asked me, hey, can you find your replacement? Nah. That's not
Yeah.
That's not my
That's not
job.
my job. Yeah. That's a you problem. And that's what these
Yeah.
people, I'm going to segue into some other shit, but people, don't let these jobs run you.
Nah, not at
They
all.
will find a replacement for you faster than you walked out that door.
You walk on. That was an eye-opening thing for
Just
me.
a cog in the machine.
Between college graduation and my first full-time job, I worked at a pizza shop and I was still playing football. I broke my leg, right? Dude went to college with me. We had classes together. We graduated together, right? I come in on crutches. He's like, well, you can't carry pizzas and do all the stuff in the kitchen and blah 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 on crutches. I was like, I mean, I can do that from a chair. Like I can maneuver. Give me a rolling chair. No, I'm gonna have to let you go. You becoming a liability. I said, bet. I will never be in that position again. Ever. Does not matter to me what the situation is. If I'm not in the capacity to do the job, you won't get the opportunity to replace me. Like I'm out, right? So Troy, what advice would you give 18-year-old Troy?
Troy. Well, I'm a segue a little bit, but it kind of speaks to that. So I'm gonna give you like a practice that we practice. I practice this with my family, the men that I work with. You know what I'm saying? And I work with men from all walks of life, 18 all the way up, right? Real dudes. People be shocked, the men that come monthly wellness, men's wellness circles. People wouldn't believe, the men that we come together and congregate. But we do a practice, right? And we do a mental wellness check-in. We call it pies. Because when you're talking about mental wellness, that's a realm of things, and you all actually just said all the different realms of things and what that could really look like. And so we check in like 10 on our pies. So that's our physical wellness, our intellectual wellness, our emotional wellness, and our spiritual wellness, right? And so doing that as a group is great because you have support within there. So if you low in one, someone might be that resource or that support that you need. But also just doing that internally for yourself every day, getting into that practice. And I really actually probably would add one, and that would be something again that y'all brought up is that financial wellness, because all of those things are really those things that make up the things that can attack our mental wellness, right? And can danger or endanger our mental wellness. And so that's a practice that I think has been very beneficial for my life. I wasn't doing that or using that practice at 18 years old, but I'm doing that practice with my grandkids, right? I'm doing that practice with my grown kids now, and so I'm seeing the benefit in doing such.
Oh, look who decided to pop in. I told you, Corey, you gotta be careful. Don't make me fall up.
I'm not even for that. I'm not even for that. Let me go back to my page. I'll be back.
Stop it.
So second part of that question, and I'm gonna go in reverse order this time. So as men on the better side of 40.
Allegedly.
What do you believe that okay, so I'm gonna just say this. A 20-year older version of yourself would say to you right now. What advice do you think a 20-year older version of yourself would give you if they came back to the past? So I'm gonna start with you, Troy.
One of my homeboys just it's an old white man that I met about 10 years ago at work. And we just been cool, man. And one of the things that attracted me, man, to just hang out and just get to know this brother is he was older, this dude he looked younger for a white dude. You know, white people usually age, but he didn't look like that, right? He looked younger than what his age was, but he did younger things, right? He's still dating. He played basketball, all these things, travel playing basketball, all these things. So he just recently told me, and if I was young, the 20-year-old me or whatever, I would tell myself, don't you ever lose like that youthful exuberance. Don't ever lose that youthful energy. And so, yeah.
So I think for me, I think the 20 years from now, so the Shawshank Redemption version of me would say something similar, right? Don't let your physical health go to shit, right? Make sure you maintaining good physical health. And whether that be like in 20 years I'm still alive and I'm healthy, or 20 years I'm still alive and I'm not so healthy, or if in 20 years I'm dead and my spirit is coming back talking to me, I think that it would be the same conversation of either thank you for taking care of yourself, or you should have took better care of yourself. So starting right now, you need to do such a thing. Hector, what about you?
Feel like I'm doing the same thing about 20 years from now. What would it say? I would say probably thank you. Thank you for having the foresight to set not only you up but your future generation up as well. And it doesn't even have to be to the Elon Musk, level, but we forget that single family home can set your generations up for a little minute, depending on how they handle it, right? Or that land or whatever the case may be. So no, thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for doing what you felt you needed to do in order to make sure that we sitting on someone's beach somewhere surrounded by sand. I'll say that.
And that we didn't bring to the beach.
Yeah. You know, sitting on someone's beach somewhere, relaxing.
Surrounded by
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
You know I'm talking about. You know, they like the silver foxes now. You know,
Uh-huh. We all kind
They
of
love
getting
them. They love them.
Enough.
we all kind of getting in that era. You know that.
yeah, right.
All right, so Freddie.
I'm sorry, we got some haters on the panel
Yeah.
now. We got some haters.
Yeah. So Freddie, as a mom, moving yourself 20 years into the future. So being able to see your son grow from his age to 20 years older. What would you want to see? What kind of man would you want to see in 20 years?
Okay, so Easy, I appreciate you wanting me to extend my eyeballs into the future to see what type of child my child is going to be, what grown man he's going to be. Why the fuck it got to be about him? Everybody got to ask about themselves. What about yourself in 20 years? The fuck Freddie want to do in 20 years? Fuck a kid in 20 years, not that. You know what I mean?
You'll be a grandma by then.
Yeah. So
That's what I
Freddie,
mean.
you gotta look at it
Is
two
this the
ways.
episode? Oh, I'm sorry. The male ego. My bad. It's about
You
y'all.
gotta
This episode. My
You
bad.
gotta look at it two ways. Freddie. Way number
My
one,
bad.
you gotta understand you have a heavy hand in that man's development and where he's gonna be in 20 years. So
I get it.
Okay, matriarchy.
also it is Men's Mental Health Month. So we talking about men's mental
It
health.
is. I know. That's what every year I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I acknowledge y'all. Every June we go through this. Every June, I promise.
I didn't even
we
know that
do.
was a thing for real. But yeah,
It was.
now
We did it last year.
It reminds me
You
every
did it
year.
last year.
to do-
Stop it. Stop
I know
it.
that's what I'm saying. That's what. Listen, y'all know I have a lot to do. I don't be thinking about
Okay.
what this
So-
month is. I
So
barely know what
the
tomorrow's going to bring.
The man, my son, I would like him to be. He's already developing and being like today. He helped me with the DJ equipment. You know what I mean? He took the time to help me and everything. He drove me there, hooked it up. I mean, lifted it up for me, and then took me back home and stuff like that. So he's already, and I hear it from people that he works with and that's around him. Like he's nice, he's considerate, he's a gentleman. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. I want him to be more assertive with himself and be more outspoken. Like I don't know what it is I don't know if it's the age or just men, but like, pick up the phone and call for some information or whatever, like making appointments and stuff like that. I don't know. But, I don't know if it's the youth or a male thing, but I would like that better. But him just to be, financially sound, which I think he's getting there because we talk about finances too and credit cards and, interest rates and things like that. So he's aware of it. And also he does surround himself with eclectic people that also are knowledgeable, so they all learn. His friend group, they all learn from each other. So that's the type of dude I think the man, not dude, man he's gonna be.
Okay.
So I was in a text thread with.
Hold on, nobody asked you nothing yet.
I don't care
I
about
don't remember
that.
anyone asking Tasha. I don't remember no one asking Tasha
He
anything.
wasn't even gonna be on the show. You know what I mean? Like,
Mr. Joy, you see how they do me?
but I'm glad you're here. But I'm glad you're here, Tasha.
You here for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah.
So I had a conversation by text with my youngest son's best friend's mom. And out of the blue, she sent me a text and she says, listen, you are a great mom. Y'all did an incredible job with these boys. I've got 2 sons. So I didn't know what happened or what brought upon the comment. So I thanked her graciously. I told her it hadn't always been easy, especially with my youngest. Like we were for a long time. And it wasn't until he became a father that now our relationship is turning a corner. So she came back and said that she had the opportunity to sit with him and speak with him outside of her son being there, and just how dope the conversation was, and how transparent and how open and how amazing the conversation was for her. So 20 years from now, it's 20 years from now today. Like, the compliments used to come from when he stayed over friends' houses, and he was such a joy to have here. And still at 23, I'm still receiving those accolades about my sons. Like, I want them to grow in that,
Mhm.
whatever that is. Like, I can't speak for Charles, but I left it on the stage every night so that I could continue to have those conversations with other parents who see my children out in the world performing, doing their
What'd you
thing.
leave on the stage?
Everything. Everything. I went to sleep every night, Freddie. I left it all on the stage.
On the
No
stage.
stone was left uncovered.
That's
And
a
now
metaphor.
it is a metaphor. And now I'm seeing the benefit of it. They didn't always understand it, right? They didn't always like it. But on this side of adulthood, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So I would just, you know, I would want them to continue to grow into who they are, like leaving us behind, his parents, and just being who they meant to be. Like, they great kids, and I'm not saying that because they mine. They just are great young men.
Word up. So I got one last topic of discussion before we get out of here. But before I get into that, I wanna give Troy another opportunity to let the people know who you are, what you do. If they need your services or your support, how they can get a hold of you. So I'm gonna let you talk your talk for a minute.
Yep, this is probably um, the worst part for me. I don't like talking about myself, but just to support one another's. Again, we're Legacy Foundation for Family and Community Development. We can be found. Our website is legacyforfamilyandcommunity.org. Go to that website and you can get in touch with us. We offer services for the entire family. So whether it's mentorship for both the youth or adults, if it's holistic wellness activities like active detox, massage therapy, yoga, men's circles, women's circles, whatever it might be, career development, all the things, right? We just meet the family where they're at. And if we can't provide the actual service or the resource, we've been blessed to create an ecosystem that we can tap into and make sure we get you some support.
Awesome. Appreciate you, brother. And with that said, I'm gonna start with you with the final question. So what I would like to ask is, what is a message that all of our young men need to hear? What is one thing you believe that all of our young men need to hear as they grow up and grow from boys to men?
That's real simple, man. They need to know that they are and have everything that they need to be. So they are that. They are that. They are all that, and anything that they need is within them. You know what I'm saying? And they just really need to know that. So we got our youth out here, man, and just don't feel like they're worthy. They just don't feel like that they're capable. They don't feel loved, right? And so we need to let them know that not only are they loved, but they are loved, right? So we just have to really lift them up in that way.
Tasha?
Of all the great and wonderful things that you could be, being yourself is top tier. Just be yourself. Don't be motivated by peer pressure or the Joneses. Just be yourself. It's so easy. Be yourself.
Freddie?
Repeat the question for me, Easy.
What is one piece of advice or one message that you think all young men need to hear as they grow into men from boyhood?
From what?
So,
From boys
like,
to men?
just from young men to men. Like, it could be, teenage
Okay.
boys all the way up to early 20s that are still London.
The message I would give the young men from Boys to Men is just follow the path to the end of the road.
I'm not doing this with Freddie.
So I was waiting for Easy to set it up the way he set it up for Troy. He was like, for Boys to Men, and I was like, it's okay.
You need a whoop.
All the time. The message I would tell them is move with intention and move with love and discernment. Anytime you move around, just move with intention and love and discernment. I feel like if you have all those things and you're consistent with all that, you're gonna be a great person.
That's what's up. All right, Hector.
Never allow anything to put you on a crutch. Being a man is not just about what's dangling between your legs. It's a mentality. It's the way you move. It's the way you speak. It's the way you handle yourself. It's the way you handle situations. It's the way you handle women. It's the way you handle your job. It's all those things. Never allow anything to take that crown off your head. Whether you know it's there or not, never allow anything to do that. And also know that the unks, the OGs, whatever you may have it, we are resources for y'all to learn from. We are resources for y'all to talk to. We are resources for y'all to have that moment of vulnerability without being judged or being, chastised or whatever. A lot of us want to fill those roles. So yeah, that's what I can say to them.
I want to add on that, and just uncles are resourceful. All the unks love to support. Just let you know, unks are very supportive.
I'm not doing
with
that.
resources.
So for me, I think that the advice I would give to young men, among many other things, I would tell them keep dreaming. Right, dreams are what keep us alive.
Yeah.
If there's something that you really have your heart set on, right? There's a reason that's there. Whatever deity you believe in, whether it's God, Buddha, whoever, you don't believe in God, the universe, that dream that you got, I want to be this when I grow up. That's on your heart for a reason. That's called passion, and that's what keeps us alive. Don't ever lose that. Don't ever let the flame be put out for that. But also don't get yourself tricked off the street. Use that as an excuse. It don't matter if you just learn how to rap and you want to be a rapper and all you know how to do is rhyme baby with lady. Don't get tricked off the streets and get tricked off your dream. Keep dreaming, because the people that's trying to get you to behave in a certain way understand that you have a dream, you have a goal, and that's their job, is to knock you off track from that. Their job is to knock you off the path that you're following. So keep dreaming, because your dreams keep you alive. Don't ever give up on anything that you're trying to do, right? Keep dreaming. So with that said, we about to get up out of here. So we're gonna just go ahead and jump into our last segment of the night, and appreciate y'all coming and joining us this week. And yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. So here we go.
All right, so Easy talked about dreams. A dream was accomplished tonight. 53 years since the last time the Knicks have won the championship.
Yes.
So, with that being said, men, realize it's never too late for you. It's never too late. As long as you keep moving that one foot in front of the other one, you can accomplish your dreams and you can do whatever people's been telling you you can't do. You know, if you listen to every naysayer and everyone who tells you what you can and can't do, sometimes you are just listening to white noise. With this month being men's mental health that I knew about for a very, very long time and very dedicated on knowing that it's men's mental health month. Ladies, if your man comes to you and he wants to be vulnerable to you, allow him to be vulnerable to you. Don't allow your anger and your spitefulness to bring up whatever he may have told you in confidence and throw it in his face. Because I guarantee you that would be the last time he tells you anything. It already takes a big, a lot of pressure for men to tell whatever is going on with them to begin with, and to choose you as that person to tell whatever they're going through, and you use it against them as a weapon. Trust and believe that relationship is pretty much as good as gone. Remember as well, young men, there are resources out here for y'all to better understand your mental health, better gauge them, know how to operate and stuff of those natures. Don't think you're too tough to reach out to someone that's older than you and seek help. There's in 2026, we all have one of these now. We could all find whatever we need on them. Don't allow yourself to not find help or find the help that you're seeking. Men's mental health is very, very important. And it's very important for many different reasons. Most of the time, it's your fathers, your brothers, uncles, sons, grandfathers that go through agony and go through pain every day, not to be heard, not to be seen, not to be acknowledged. Some keep it moving and some don't. I've known plenty of guys who I really, really wished would have hit my jack and be like, hey, like, do something. It's very unfortunate that a lot of men, even Bill Burr, made a comedy special and made a segment just about how men go unnoticed and what they do in certain situations. And most men honestly feel like the world don't give a fuck, especially black men, because we have this thing where we are a suit of armor and we are the hardest of the hard and we are the brutes and all, you know, we often go through the worst of struggles. We have to fight out there, and then sometimes we have to come in our homes and fight. It's not easy for most men to tell anybody what's going on. Most of the time when a man tells you or you ask a man how they're doing, they're going to say they're doing okay. And they could be going through war internally. I challenge everyone to find, whether it's a man in your life or someone that you know, and really, really tell them, hey, I see what's going on. If you ever need anyone to talk to, whether it's me or someone else, just know that I support your journey, because sometimes it takes that little bit to take someone off the ledge, figuratively and literally. And with that, we're going to wrap up another wonderful episode of Enlightened Idiots. Remember, we're here every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we have people pop up whenever they choose to because they don't think this is a real job. You know, they just do what they want. We have people show up in cowboy hats and not be from the country, you know. And then we have we have a host that he just taking weeks upon weeks off, and, you know, he's just doing his own thing. You know, we just a rowdy bunch. So check us out every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we just I know I'm trying to show up so I don't get fired. You know, I'm just here for that. So everyone wave bye. Oh, remember, if y'all have any comments, show ideas, what have you, make sure to drop that in the comments as well. All right, good night, folks.